Chapter 2. He was out of breath and sweating by the time he hit the last stair. His hand slammed the bar of the door, and he burst out onto the rooftop, hearing the sounds of cars honking below in the stopped traffic. He frantically searched for the woman, but saw nothing. Holy shit! He was too late. He jammed his hands in his short dark hair and stepped out, feeling loss and sorrow and a sickness that slammed deep in the pit of his stomach as he took in the empty ledge straight ahead. Then, over to the right, he spotted her standing there, looking down, her back to him. Her dark hair hung loose and long, and she was slim. He could see how unsteady she appeared. The moment of relief nearly had his knees buckling. Hey there, he said. What do you think you're doing up there? Why don't you step down and away from the edge? You look cold. It's damn cold out here. Come on, we'll go in. I'll get you a tea and... She turned her head, and he took in her tear-streaked face. Her eyes were a shade of gray, and the sorrow that filled her expression hit him hard in his gut, which only added to his desperation. He had to remind himself to breathe. He took a step and lifted his hand in the air, unable to shake the feeling that he was walking a tightrope. Something in her expression was filled with desperation and loss. No hope. It was the kind of look he'd never seen on someone's face. Stay back, she shouted and then sniffed, and he could see her wobble, a little unsteady. Okay, look, he said. I'm just going to come a little closer so I don't have to shout is all. Just a couple more steps. She had to be 20 feet away at least, too far to grab her. It was killing him, how slow he had to move, when all he wanted was to rush in, put his hands on her, and pull her back to safety. This wasn't the time to be doing this. He took a step and then another, feeling the seconds and willing the distance to close. He hoped to all hell that someone had thought to call the cops or anyone who could do something to get her down. He could feel his phone in his pocket, but was scared to make any sudden moves. That's far enough, she yelled. Don't come any closer. This time, she turned her head to him, and she swayed, almost losing her balance. Her feet were bare. She had to be freezing. Her dress was black, short-sleeved, classy. He had to fight the urge to run, knowing he'd never make it to her if she decided to fall. Okay. I'll stay right here, he said. But how about you come down off the ledge and we talk? Seriously, if you just step down, I'll stay right where I am and we'll just talk. What happened to have you standing up there, wanting to end your life? Nothing can be that bad. And she just shook her head, and he could see she was shaking, shivering. From the cold or from fear, he didn't know for sure. But she was still on the ledge, and with one step, one move the wrong way, she'd be dead. Just leave me be, please, she said. She stepped to the side. There was no rain today, but the temperature was cold enough that he expected snow. I can't do that, he said. I can't leave you up here. Look, I don't know what forced you to step out up there on that ledge, but listen to me. That isn't the answer. Seriously, please come down from there. Nothing can ever be that bad. She was shaking her head, and every time she did, she shifted her feet. He could see how shaky